the spirit of Joseph. The spirit of Joseph. It's always the text, the talk, and the takeaway. This morning, the text is Matthew 13:55. Matthew 13:55 and 56. Isn't this the carpenter's son? Isn't his mother named Mary? And aren't his brothers James, Joseph, Simon, and Judas? Aren't all his sisters with us? Okay, this is what's going on. Here are the detractors of Jesus talking about Jesus. And they are telling us a little bit about his family legacy. Now, notice they don't say that Joseph is alive. And that's the thing that I want you to get. What is not mentioned in the text. Isn't this the carpenter's son? Now, Joseph has passed away. We already know that Joseph was older than Mary. And clearly, he is not in the picture right now. But his absence does not mean that his presence is gone. His absence does not mean that Joseph's presence is no longer in the midst of this family. I want to talk with you just very briefly, 3 things I want to share with you about this text, and that is the spirit of Joseph. The spirit of Joseph. That brothers, we have to have the spirit of Joseph. And ladies, if you're watching right now and you say, you know what, my man isn't on this, my uncle, my cousin, my friend, my spouse, my significant other, whatever the case may be, he's not watching right now. So I want you to pray the spirit of Joseph. Here's 3 things I want you to grab that we can see in the text that is not evident initially, but when we dig beneath the text, what the text is not saying, it tells us this. 1, cover. Joseph clearly covered his family spiritually. We know this from the very beginning of Matthew when Joseph is visited by the angel and is told, Joseph, wait a minute, you're trying to put this woman away. Don't do that. This thing is of God. And as a result, Joseph being a just man, grab that. Joseph being a just man, a righteous man, did not want to make a big deal or put Mary on blast. So he took her as was already arranged to be his wife. He covered her. He covered her. Men, it's very important that we cover our family spiritually. So he covered her. How do we know that? Because they're still engaged with the community of faith. These detractors of Jesus, the publicans, the Pharisees, the Sadducees, all of them, they are throwing shade on Jesus, and clearly because they're still in the community of faith. Why are they still in the community of faith? Because of Joseph's presence is still there and covering them spiritually. Brothers, we have to cover our family spiritually. The second thing is this: care. Clearly, Joseph cares about his family. How do we know that? Because we see no evidence of struggle financially in Jesus' family. Clearly, he has taught Jesus how to cover his family. Now, when a woman is a widow in biblical times, if there is no man in her life, she will slide into poverty because women were not the breadwinners during biblical times. Men were. And if there was no man in a woman's life, she had no other life other than poverty. Clearly, Jesus knows how to cover his family financially, as well as, how do we know that? Because they talk about the Father's position and what he did. And clearly, Jesus is still being able to provide. Where did he get that from? The spirit of Joseph. Where did he get that care from? The spirit of Joseph. Here's the third thing: clarity. Clarity. The vision of the family is intact. The vision of the family is intact because Jesus is moving forward into building the kingdom. I know we like to spiritualize. Jesus is 100% divine, 100% human. I want you to deal with the 100% human. Clearly, Jesus is not only providing for this family, but he is in the midst moving forward with the vision of the family. Where did that vision come from? It came from his father, Joseph. How do you know that? Well, we know that because Jesus says, I've done everything that my Father told me. Well, you say, well, he went right to the Father. No, the way a Jewish boy was taught about spiritual things was through the Father. Was through the Father. So we know that Jesus' connection with his heavenly Father started with his connection with his earthly Father. That's why he can carry out the vision in the clarity, in the care, the lifestyle, the prosperity, the income of the family, and the cover. Joseph covered his family, even though there was issues within the family. What's your takeaway this morning? The takeaway is this: every man should desire the spirit of Joseph. Every man should desire the spirit of Joseph. And if you know a man, ladies, pray that spirit over them. The Lord be with you. May his face shine upon you and give you peace. I'm going to have more about our Father's Day series tomorrow morning. Don't keep the manna to yourself. Share the manna. God bless you. Bye now.